If you need any Xbox or PlayStation codes or anything gaming related, check the referral links down in the description. They'll take you to g2a.com. They already have a discount on most of their goods already, and with the code CHES at checkout, you can get yourself an extra 3% off as well. Hey guys, how's it going? Chez back again and welcome to episode number 6 of the Golden Oldies Squad Challenge. This is obviously the series we're doing with Channy Sports and MGH. If you haven't seen their channels or want to see their version of their episode 6, then make sure you check the description for links to their channels, or obviously if you're already subscribed to them, then check your sub boxes for their videos as well. We'll start as always with a squad report. Some growth, some more declines now as we head towards the end of the year, unfortunately. Klaas-Jan Huntelaar's up 2 though. Beto's unhappy basically because he's never playing, but Claudio Bravo has been fantastic for us in goals, so I can't really blame him for being slightly unhappy, but I can't also blame myself for not playing him. So unfortunately Ronaldinho and Boca have dropped by 2. I think -2 is the most that we've lost anyone's ratings by, and +2 is the most that anybody's grown, I think, in the shape of Klaas-Jan Huntelaar. There may have been someone else that's gone up +2 as well. But today's episode has the final games of the season in it, and then obviously over the weekend you'll get the season roundup videos, which will obviously on my channel and Channy's channel. We're going to run it effectively the same way that we did before. On my channel and Channy's channel we'll have a quick roundup of how things went down in our own things, in our own saves, and then on MGH's channel we'll have the Skype call where we find out who's won what, etc. throughout the series, because we're not, as was the case last time, throughout the entire series we haven't told each other how we're getting on, so we don't know who's going to win what, but we can still win the league by putting in a good performance here against Chelsea, and hopefully for the rest of the episode. Obviously Chelsea are top currently, as you can see, but should we win this one we will definitely go above them on goal difference, because our goal difference at present is exactly the same. So whoever wins or loses this one obviously will have their goal difference go plus or minus the opposite way. So we need to get a win here if we can against Chelsea. I think, was it a draw would be enough to get us above Man City? I'm not entirely too sure. We may need a win to go above City at present as well, but obviously if we win we'll go above both, so it won't really matter. Drawing a good save out of Courtois though in the opening stages here. Unfortunately not able to get ourselves in front just yet. Iraola stands it up into the box, but we can't win that header. Then Chelsea have their first foray forward. John Obi Mikel gets it into Diego Costa. He's up against Jagielka, who misses the tackle. Then Gabby goes to cover off the pass. Oscar's run opens up the space in behind for Willian, and that is one of the most retarded goals that we've conceded all year. Comes back off the post, and Claudio Bravo, rather than just stand there and pick the ball up, throws his leg at it and kicks it over the line for an own goal. Although I think actually it still went down as a goal for Willian, which he shouldn't have done. Clearly that was an own goal, but unfortunately it still counted regardless of who scored it. So we are 1-0 down at present, but we're trying to get ourselves back in it. Klaas-Jan Huntelaar though couldn't quite win the header there. He is very strong in the air, Klaas-Jan Huntelaar, but obviously so are Chelsea with Kurt Zouma, Gary Cahill, John. Oh, they won't have John Terry actually, because I've got John Terry obviously in my squad. But Gabby with the shot here draws a good save out of Courtois, and then I can't quite get to the rebound with the Dutchman again either. Still coming forward though. We were definitely on top for the majority of the game in this one. It's just that Thibaut Courtois was making good saves to this point. Klaas-Jan Huntelaar involved again. Good feet to get it quickly to Gabby. Gets around the outside of Ramirez. Another good shot and another good save by Thibaut Courtois. We stay 1-0 down on the ball again, coming forward down the left-hand side. Gabby and Danny linking up. Going to turn back inside to Klaas-Jan Huntelaar. Lay it off to Denisov, who's going to turn inside the defender into David Villa. Goes for a cheeky finesse to the top corner, and another wonderful save by the Belgian, Thibaut Courtois. Means that unfortunately we are going to lose that game. We've lost to Chelsea, we've lost to Manchester United, we've lost to Arsenal so far this season. I think we drew with Tottenham, didn't we? I can't remember what our result was against City in the first game against them. We actually have City a little bit later on in this episode. We drew with Liverpool, I think, when we simmed it last time, or we may have gotten a victory. But in this third game of the episode, we actually get Iraola sent off after 1 minute against Aston Villa, so we're effectively playing the whole game with 10 men. But just before half-time and just after half-time, we score goals to give ourselves a 2-0 lead after 53 minutes, thanks to Klaas-Jan Huntelaar and Stefan Lichtsteiner. And actually, we're going to get the victory. Despite being down to 10 men after 60 seconds, we still get a clean sheet and the 3 points. So I can't really complain there. That's kind of made up for the previous result, I guess. After, you would presume you're going to lose if you get a man sent off after 1 minute. And then West Ham get a man sent off after 12. And then we dominate from there on. Danny and Lichtsteiner again scoring goals
in the first half in this one. As we head into the second, a couple of changes early on for either side, and then a couple of changes around the hour mark before Phil Jagielka gets a goal to make it 3-0. And with 15 minutes to go, it doesn't look like West Ham are going to get themselves anything from this one. And then just to round things off, Klaas-Jan Huntelaar with a fourth. Now, again, we're simming the game against Liverpool. We did so last time because we had a game against Tottenham 2 days later, and I'm simming this one against Liverpool because I've got a game against City after this. But as you can see, it's 0-0 as we head towards half-time. Daniel Sturridge has picked up a knock, which is obviously unfortunate for him. Not necessarily unrealistic, though, considering he is always injured the past 18 months. Danny picks up the first goal of the game, though, in the 51st minute to give us the lead. And there's less than 5 minutes to go now, and we are going to get a 1-0 victory away from home at Anfield. An extremely good result. So we head into the final played game of the series. It's Manchester City versus QPR. We're away from home this time at the Etihad. You'll see from the league table again, it's still very close at the top. And again, a win would put us top. A draw would leave us second by a point, and a defeat would knock us down to third because City would go above us. Not sure whether they go above Chelsea or not. I didn't check their goal differences just there, but they're starting on the front foot here. We're actually 5 minutes before half-time when the first chance comes. And watch Yaya Toure. I barely even touch him. He throws himself to the ground. The referee buys it and points directly to the spot. Phil Jagielka can't believe it. I couldn't believe it. Have a look at the replay. Jagielka just leans on Yaya Toure ever so slightly. There's barely any physical contact there whatsoever. He just leans on him, and Yaya throws himself to the ground. It's Yaya Toure. He's like 6'4" and built like a brick shithouse. He shouldn't go down that easily. He smashes the penalty straight down the middle, and we take a rather unfortunate 1-0 deficit into the half-time break. But after half-time, we come back out on the front foot. Dani Alves into David Villa here, playing some nice football. I just wanted to keep the ball away from City at the start of the half, just to make sure they didn't compound our misery and score a second immediately and really put the game out of sight. Iniesta has the option to play through David Villa here and does so. Villa skips past the challenge of company and then drills it into the bottom corner to bring us back on level terms at 1-1, just 5 minutes into the second half. Now, that was very pleasing. The question was, what was going to happen next? From kickoff, Vincent Kompany's going to come forward from Manchester City. Takes his time though. Fernandinho gives it into David Silva. Silva looks for the ball to Dzeko, but it's picked off by Daniele De Rossi. Nice ball by Iniesta to Gabi, who then threads a lovely through ball looking for David Villa. Up against Javi Martinez. Turns inside him though, outside the boot again. And 2 goals in 2 minutes mean that we are now 2-1 in front at the Etihad, believe it or not. Unbelievable scenes. They get a corner though here towards the middle of the half. Decent corner in. Keeper does... again... I just can't. Keeper makes a good initial save, but watch Clichy from the replay. All he's got to do is clear this off the line. Clichy leans out of the way and falls over so the ball can hit the post and go in. Look at Clichy, just clear it. What is that? What is that? Honestly, with the goal that Chelsea scored against us, that was in the end the only goal of the game, we lost 1-0, and then that goal there... We've lost 3 points because the AI has just completely self-imploded on me. And I can't even begin to portray to you how angry and frustrated I was at the time. I don't know whether those 2 goals could cost us when it comes to the competition with MGH and Chani. We'll have to wait and see. But we're 1-0 up after 2 minutes and then pegged back to 1-1 thanks to Johan Gouffran here at home against Newcastle. Fortunately, Danny gets one just before half-time to restore our lead. And then Gabby gets one on 3 minutes before the hour mark in the 57th minute to give us a 3-1 lead, and Iniesta rounds it out with a 4-1 victory in the 84th minute. So against the CPU in the AI games, you know, the simmed games, we're doing very well, and our goal difference is taking a good hike upwards in this one as well, because obviously we're getting some decent results. Lichtsteiner gives us a 1-0 lead here after 21 minutes. De Rossi, 10 minutes later, extends that, and then as we head into the second half, we are eventually going to take a 3-0 lead thanks to, I can't quite remember actually, it's Gabby, there you go, 3-0 lead thanks to Gabby. Kramaric is going to score a penalty late on. Danny is injured and he's going to miss 8 weeks, but obviously with it being the end of the season, doesn't really matter too much. But bear in mind here, we lost 3 points thanks to the CPU at the end in this episode, just thanks to the CPU being ridiculously retarded. And we end up finishing second in the league. Confirmation that Danny is going to be out for 8 weeks. We lost 3 points. 2 against City. We should have got the victory. A soft penalty and stupid Clichy on the line. And then the goal against Chelsea was ridiculous from Claudio Bravo. And that cost us the league title. I don't know whether it's going to cost us against MGH or Chani. Time will tell. But we got an extra draw when we should have had a win. And we got an extra defeat when we should have had a draw. So... we would have finished on 84 points and won the league, and Chelsea would have been on 81, where we are, rather than getting the victory. So I am unsure whether that is going to negatively affect the outcome of the overall result against MGH and Channy. I'll have to head over to their channels now to find out how they've gotten on, and you guys will obviously hopefully do the same and join me over there. Drop a hashtag Team Ches in their comment section, although I can't believe we've come second again. We came second in the league in the Youth Squad Challenge, and we've come second in the league here with QPR in the Golden Oldies Challenge, and I'm so angry at the computer for costing me the league title here. In the Youth Squad Challenge, it was my fault for having a really poor opening couple of episodes. But in this one, I did absolutely everything I could to try and win the league. And it just didn't work because the CPU in those last 2 games cost me vital points. But anyway, I won't harp on about that. That's going to bring today's episode to a close, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Drop the video a like if you enjoyed, of course. Subscribe if you haven't already. Check the channel page for anything you may have missed over the past few days. And I'll see you next time.